Hi, it's Viv from Wisdom Released, and this is your daily reading for Saturday, June the 9th. I have shuffled off camera, but I'll do that just a little bit more. So this is a general read. It's not for any zodiac sign in particular. It's just for those of you that are catching this video, that are watching this video right now. These are messages for you to offer guidance for today and to help you connect with your own innate wisdom. Whoa. Okay. Cut the deck. Chariot. Two of Pentacles, Mother of Swords, Death, and the Nine of Swords. So the Chariot, I love the card in this deck. This is, it signifies Cancer, so you could be a Cancerian, or the person that you're dealing with is Cancerian. It could be that today you're really wanting something to move forward. There's the Sun in this card, and there's a Pentacle in this card. And what this signifies to me, the Sun there is like clarity. So there's clarity being shed on this situation. There's clarity about wanting to move forward. But there's a Pentacle here around the horse's neck. And the Pentacle to me signifies grounding as well. It could be an earth sign that you're dealing with. That you have an earth sign close to your heart. But Pentacles to me also signify values and beliefs that you hold close to your heart. So things like self-respect, self-confidence, standing up for yourself. The card in a normal tarot deck is two horses, and they could be pulling in different directions, but here I feel that you know where you want to go. You're very sure of yourself and where you want to go, and you have that clarity. So there is a clarity around today of what it is that you want. There's also the moon that's on the horse's forehead here. And that to me signifies intuition. So you're very clear, you're very grounded, and you know that moving forward is not only what you want, but you feel that it's the right thing to do. The next card though is Two of Pentacles. This is a sort of like a juggling card, a decision card, and a card of, I was going to say a card of confusion. But it is a card of weighing options. Things are, with the butterflies like, you know, up in the air. And so there's a feeling of not being quite sure which way to go, or perhaps the person that you're dealing with, you're not sure which way they're going to go. So there's a lack of clarity around what they're going to do. I think this is with the Chariot. There's something that you want to move forward with, but you're not quite sure how it's going to turn out. You know that it's the right thing to do. You know you want to progress and move forward, but you're not quite sure about the other person that's involved. Truth has been spoken here. I think this is you being true to yourself, that you are being as honest with yourself and the other person as possible. But I think, honesty can be, when people are being really, really super honest, that it can be painful, it can be hurtful. So perhaps there are things that the person that you're dealing with in the situation that you're in, they've said some things, and perhaps you've said some things that are pointed, sharp, but there is honesty here. And this honesty is bringing about a transformation. The Death card is that this isn't like an ending card to me. This is a transformation card. So this is something passing from one thing into another. So it's perhaps a situation moving from looking fairly hopeless, or you're hoping that the truth being spoken will transform the situation from looking fairly hopeless to being to one where there's growth, to one where there's hope and expansion. However, because things are the way that they are, we have this situation, the Nine of Swords. So it's causing you worry. The person that you're dealing with, it's causing them worry. This is a nightmarish situation, but it is all in the mind. This is totally thought created. All about worries and things not working out the way that we want them to. But there is something about today's energies that's driving you forward, that you're driving forward nevertheless, because you feel it's the right thing to do. You are speaking truth, and you're hoping for transformation of this kind of up in the air situation. But it is causing worry. So let's expand the story. Oh, okay, and 2 cards flew out there. So there's the Ten of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. Temperance and the Mother of Cups. So the Ten of Swords coming straight after the Nine of Swords there's this nightmarish situation, and then we have the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords, you can clearly see it's fairly graphic in this card, a sword going through the eyes here. There is no clarity, but this is also somebody who's suffered a lot of hurt. Maybe it's both parties, you and the person that you're dealing with. It's both parties. There's been betrayal, perhaps. Lots of there's conflict. Words have been exchanged. People have said things perhaps that they didn't mean in the heat of the moment. But this is a 10, so this is over and done with now. This is, it's happened. And because it's happened, you can move on. There's a new horizon here. 10 is completion. And so there is the opportunity for something new here. You're waiting, or the other person's waiting. The Seven of Pentacles is a waiting card. So you're waiting for a new horizon. You're waiting for things to balance out. And here we have Temperance. And this is a card of alchemy to me. This is a card of things coming together. But the heron here, there are tears falling. But there's this is like fire, this is like a mix of emotions and passion. So it could be that you're dealing with a fire sign, because there's cups and fire here, so water and fire. So you could be dealing with a water sign, you could be dealing with a fire sign. But there's alchemy here. There's the two things mixing together. There's balance here. And the heron with its wing half open, to me, that's saying, it's getting ready for things to take off. It's getting ready for things to move in the right direction. And then we have the Queen of Cups. So perhaps this is your emotional energy. Perhaps the water sign, if there is a water sign in this situation. This is their nurturing energy. So there is love here. There's compassion here. And although the situation's been hurtful and it's not being resolved today, because of the we're still waiting for a resolution here. We're still waiting for balance here. But this is a timing card as well. Things are gonna take time. But there is love here. So let's continue. What else? What messages for today, Saturday the 9th of June? Two of Swords, the Magician, Mother of Wands. So yeah, there's consternation, there's lack of clarity. The Two of Swords, this came up the other day as well. People at cross purposes, and there is this lack of clarity here. That things have not been going well. However, we have the Magician, and the Magician is, again, to me, it's like a timing card. The cheetah here. Only it strikes when absolutely necessary. It exerts the energy it needs to, when it needs to, at the time. It doesn't waste time, but it uses all of its resources. It brings everything at its disposal together to get what it wants. So again, he's an action taker, and he's very persistent. He's very resilient, and things may not turn out exactly the way that he's expecting or wanting, but he doesn't give up. He's a trier. He's very persistent. And then we have Mother of Wands. So again, there's fire energy here, but Mother of Wands is a very protective, nurturing energy. So you see how the snake is curled around her eggs there. You know, she's very, very protective. She may be very protective of, she's protecting herself, her home and her family, and she will do so fiercely. So this energy is kind of, this is a very passionate energy, so she feels very passionate about the situation. So there's timing here, and wanting to have this situation resolved. But my feeling is that it will come together. You know, again with the snake here and the wands, she's somebody else who only strikes when it's absolutely necessary. You know, fiercely, but she takes her time, and she's considered. And also because it's a snake, you know, there's they shed their skins, and so there's the opportunity here for the situation to transform. What else? You know, I feel there's been lots of hurt, there's been lots of worry, there's lots of waiting, but there's, you know, I feel that it's not just up to you. There's you know, with the Magician here, this points to it being not all in your control. You know, that there's a higher energy at work here, something that you can't see. It is a manifestation card. I think there's an element of trusting in a plan, trusting in the universe's plan. What else? Let's get to the end of the story for today. So you may well be deciding to turn your back on something, or somebody's turning their back on you. They may be walking away from all of from everything that's broken. And this is a temporary state of affairs, though. I think, you know, that all of these glasses, these cups have been broken, but it doesn't mean to say that there can't be new ones. That new ones can't come about and can't be refilled. You know, this is it's temporary. Things may look black and insurmountable, but it's temporary. You know, we all go through moments of upset and difficulty and challenge, and things have happened that we didn't want to happen. Things have turned out the way that you know, either we didn't expect or we didn't want them to. But we have the Son of Wands here. He's an action taker. So again, this points to fire sign. This is fire sign energy in this story. He's I think something that you don't expect is going to happen. Something that you didn't see coming. Not necessarily you know, a hurtful strike, but something happening, some message coming. Somebody acting out of passion, but this is not necessarily a bad thing. this is a positive thing. To me, I think it's quite a hopeful thing after, you know, walking away from the you know, what's been lost. I think this is optimistic. Surprising. Final card. Ten of Cups. I think there's great optimism here. This is a happiness card, fulfillment card. Look, these are, you know, spotlights, very colourful, shining brightly, all the colours of the rainbow. There's hope here. So all is not lost. There's a you know, things have been tricky. So that's the story of today. Things have been tricky. Something surprising, I think, will occur that you're not expecting. That will bring you happiness, and it'll either be you maybe standing in your own power, regaining your confidence, your beliefs, you know, reconnecting with your values and what's important to you. You know, this was the first card in the story, and this is the outcome card. So perhaps this is all about you standing in your power. So that's the reading for today. I hope you found that useful. I hope you found some guidance in that. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you soon.